Hi, 1 Hour Smart Home here, and today we're going to show you how to install a Leviton Smart Dimmer, no neutral required. So this just came out in the spring and summer of 2022, and it is a really unique switch in that it does not require a neutral wire, which means that it's going to be compatible with both old and new home wiring. So if you've got an older home that doesn't have a neutral wire in the switch box, this Leviton Smart Switch that doesn't require a neutral wire is still going to be compatible with that, as well as it's going to be compatible with newer wiring where you've got a neutral wire in there. So with this smart dimmer that doesn't require a neutral wire, you're going to find that it's compatible with all the wiring that you've got in your walls, regardless if it's a newer or older home. Here in the US, if you've got 120 volt wiring. Now, one other thing to note about this switch is that it uses these Wi-Fi bridges. So the switch, once we get it installed, will connect to this Wi-Fi bridge, and then that means you're going to be able to control it from your phone, or you're going to be able to control it with voice commands like ALEXA. So you could use an ALEXA voice command and control this once you've got it connected through this Wi-Fi smart bridge. So there's another competing switch out there that uses a very similar technology, but what I like about this is that this Wi-Fi bridge is so small you can put this anywhere and you're barely even going to notice it. So we're going to start taking this apart. This is the existing switch. We've turned the power off to the existing switch down at the circuit breaker, so if you haven't done that already, do so. And then it's a good idea, if you've got a non-contact voltage meter, that use that to check to make sure the power is off, or go ahead and use a multimeter to make sure the power is off. So we've already checked and made sure the power is off, and one way that I like to do that is you turn the switch to on, go down to the circuit breaker, turn the circuit off, and then when you come back up and it no longer works, that means that you've got it off. So now let's remove this cover plate. We're going to remove the existing cover plate here. Sometimes you're going to have two screws. You would just take those two screws and rotate them out. But we've got a concealed plate that doesn't have any screws on it. So you just usually take a screwdriver down here at the bottom and you pry. That's going to pry it off there. And then you're going to be able to take off these two screws to the bracket that holds it on. So let's take off these two screws right here and remove the cover plate. We want to save these screws because we're going to use this cover plate for the next switch, or you can just save it to use it on another switch if you want. Now that we've got the cover plate off, check to make sure that the power is off. Once again, use your non-contact voltage meter if you've got it. So once you've confirmed the power is off and it's safe to work on, remove the two screws holding it in place on the junction box. Okay, we've got both screws removed, and now we can pull the existing switch forward. And what we're going to do here is pull it as far forward as we can, and we're going to inspect the wiring here and see what we've got. So in this junction box, we do have an existing neutral wire. It's back there, but we don't need it. We don't need to touch it, do anything with it. White wires are typically the neutral wire. We've got a whole video that explains the different types of wiring. So check that out in the description below if you want to learn more about electrical wiring. Now what we've got here on our existing switch, we've got our incoming power here, and that is our hot wire that's down here at the bottom. So we're going to mark that, or we're at least going to take a picture and see how this is. There's a little piece of electrical tape on this one that marks that it is the hot wire or incoming wire. And then what we've got up here at the top, this is our load wire that's going up to the light fixture that this controls. And then last but not least, we've got our ground wire here. So if you don't know which one is the hot and which one is the load wire, the most basic way typically to figure it out is that the hot wire is going to be the one that's on the bottom with that incoming power if the switch was wired properly, but that's not always the case. So sometimes it's hard to tell apart the difference between the load wire and the incoming hot wire. Another way to do it typically is you can see which direction the wires go. So I can see that my wire right here, this load wire, it goes up through the top, and that indicates that it's usually going up to a light fixture up above, and that's how I would know it's the load wire, because it's going up the wall to that light fixture, whereas my wire here, this incoming hot wire, is going down to wherever my electrical panel is. So typically that is how it works, but not always. If you've got any question on which one is the hot wire and which one is the load wire, you can always seek out competent professional help, or you can use a multimeter also to determine that. Now, before we remove the wires, I recommend you take a picture of your existing wiring. It's just going to help you out in the long run if you have any issues, so do that right now. Now that we've taken that picture, we're ready to remove the wires from the existing terminals. So if they're wrapped around these two screws, you're just going to take your screwdriver and loosen those up and make sure that they're nice and loose, and then you're going to be able to pull those wires off. So loosen these up as much as you need to. Now, if they're back wired, sometimes loosening up those screws is going to allow those wires to come out of there, but you've still got to get them removed no matter what. With other back mount systems, you might have on the back here, there's these little tabs right here, if you can see those. And what you need to do is put something in there to release the wire. So let's try down here at the bottom. We push in and then we can release that wire. Okay, we pushed in and then we released it, and you can barely even see, but it says press to release right here in tiny little wire lettering there. So we're going to do the same thing up at the top. We need to press in, and that's going to allow us to remove this wire. So it's kind of tricky, but and you may need a pair of pliers, but you press in and then we can move that out. We just pulled it out once we pressed in. And then the last wire we've got here, our ground wire, that's going to be easy to take off. So we just remove that ground wire with a typical screwdriver here. Okay, and then we can pull that free. Now we've got all of our wires off of the existing switch, and we're ready to get our new Leviton Smart Dimmer switch that doesn't require a neutral wire installed on these existing wires in the existing junction box. So here's the new Leviton Smart Dimmer switch that we're going to be installing, and I'll show you the back here. We've got a couple different wires. Our black wire, that's our hot wire, so that's going to match up with this hot wire that we've got marked with this little piece of electrical tape there. We've got our red wire, that's our load wire. That's going to go to this other black wire right here. I'll just bend this one up so we can kind of know which one it is. And then our last wire down here, this green wire, that's going to go to the ground wire. That is right there, that unshielded copper wire. So really easy installation with this. We're just going to wire it up. So we're going to wire our load wire to the load wire up top. So the red wire is going to go up top. Our black wire is going to go down to the bottom to this other black hot wire here. And then last but not least, we're going to attach that ground wire. They do provide you with some wire nuts, so you can just wire these right together with wire nuts with the existing wiring. We'll take our hot wire to hot wire and wire those two together with a wire nut. Okay, we've got that nice and tight. Now let's take our wire right here. So this is our load wire, and wire it to the existing load wire up here at the top that's in the junction box. Take our wire nut and we're just going to screw these two together. We've got our load wire and our hot wire wired up. All we have left is our ground wire to wire up here. So let's just untangle this a little bit, and we're going to wire up our ground wire to the ground wire on the light switch. Now we've got everything wired up. What we need to do is fold the wires back into the junction box, and then we're going to put that switch in there and secure it onto the junction box. So here, sometimes you have to do a little bit of wire origami to get everything in place, but just start folding those wires in so that you can get this switch fit in there, and then you're going to be able to put that switch in. Okay, we've got all the wires folded in place. Now let's line up our two screws with the junction box. Okay, we've got that lined up, and now we're just going to secure the switch back to the junction box using the screwdriver and the two screws that are on the light switch. In the packaging, they provided us with another screwless cover plate, which is great. So this is going to look really clean and nice. I always love when you can have it without the screws. I think that just really updates and upgrades the light switch a little bit. So with this cover plate, you just need to pry it apart, and then you're going to be able to secure it. So it's got a backer plate here, and you can see up here at the top, it does say top right there. So you're going to take this and put it on here. Make sure you've got it right side up, and then you're going to secure. Okay, we've got both of those secured now, and we're ready to put the cover plate back on. Okay, we just press and snap that cover plate on. And now we're ready to go back to our electrical panel and turn that circuit breaker back on so this switch will go live, and then we can get it set up. Now, it's important to note that you will need the Leviton app to install this, and you will also need this Leviton Wi-Fi bridge. So this is what the box looks like for that. And this Wi-Fi bridge is what connects to the light switch so that you're going to be able to use it from your phone or use it with voice commands. So this will work with Alexa, Apple HomeKit, Google, and if this, then that, as well as the Leviton app itself on your phone. So let's go down to our circuit breaker, and we're going to turn back on the power to our Leviton Smart Dimmer that does not require a neutral wire. Okay, we got the power back on, and you can see this light switch, it's blinking right here. This thing is ready to be set up, and the power is restored to it. So you can see we can turn it off, we can turn it on, and it's got this little LED on the side. So now we need to get the Leviton Wi-Fi bridge set up and installed on the app so we can connect to this switch and then control it from our phone. So let's do that right now. You'll need the Leviton app to connect to the Smart Bridge, which then connects to the Leviton Smart Dimmer. So we're just going to download this, and then you're going to need to set up a username and password. Here we are on the Leviton app, and we're just going to log in with our username and password. Here we are on the home screen of the Leviton app. We're just going to click out of these notifications here, and then in the upper right hand corner you can see this plus symbol. We're going to click on that. Now we're going to click on Add a Device. Here it says, what are you setting up? And we are setting up a Wi-Fi bridge down here at the bottom, so we're going to click on that. It says, before you start, is your Wi-Fi bridge installed, and is the status LED flashing green? So let's plug in our Wi-Fi bridge. Okay, the status light is flashing green, so let's click yes, let's go. Leviton would like to use Bluetooth. We're going to click OK. All right, it found our bridge right away, so we're just going to select that. And now we're going to click next. Now we just need to select our Wi-Fi network and click next. Enter your password. We're going to click next. Transferring your Wi-Fi settings to your Leviton device. This might take a minute. Now we need to give our device a name, so I'm just going to call this one Bridge. And click next. It says our product is ready to use. Let's click Finish. Okay, now that the Leviton Smart Bridge is set up, we're going to go back over to our Leviton Smart Dimmer no neutral wire, and we're going to set that up as well. Now we're back over here at the Smart Dimmer switch, and we just need to add it to the Smart Bridge. To do that, we're going to click in the upper right hand corner on that plus symbol. That's going to give us the option to add a device, so we're going to click on that right there. And then now we need to select what we're going to install. We're installing a dimmer, so I'm going to click on that right there. And then we've got a couple different options here. We are installing the dimmer with no neutral, so that's this one down here at the bottom. We select that, and then it says, before we start, is your dimmer installed and is the status LED flashing green? No, our LED is not currently flashing green. It's just on. So let's say I don't see a flashing LED. It says press and hold the top paddle. After the first 7 seconds, the status LED will flash amber, then release the paddle and the status will switch to flashing green. Okay, so I'm gonna hold down for 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I can see that the light did change down there. So let's see if it will go to a flashing green. There it is. And I'm just going to turn this light off. It makes it a little bit easier to see. And you can see that it is in flashing green mode now. And I'm going to click back here. And now I'm going to click yes. Let's go. Now it found our dimmer. So I'm going to click on that one and I'm going to click next. We're transferring the information from your Wi-Fi bridge. This might take a minute. Okay, just choose an icon. We're just going to leave that icon as it is. And then it says edit the device name. We're just going to leave it as dimmer for now. And then you can choose a room. We're going to skip this step for now. And it shows you what it works with. So it works with Alexa, Google Assistant, and if this then that, we're going to click finish. And now our smart dimmer is connected. So let's test this out. You can see I turned it on there, and you can tell that the lighting turned on and off in the room. So let's turn it on again, and then let's see if we can adjust the dimming level. So we're going to go in here, click on this device, and now we can slide this dimmer right here to whatever we want. We can also just turn it on or off. We can go all the way down here if we want, down to 10%. You can go in here and you can create an auto shut off if you want, and you can also go into the device settings, and we've got some other items here. You can change the name if you want. You can look at the device health. Let's go in the advanced settings and see what we've got here. It says you can change the preset light level options. You've got some bulb options, so if you're having issues with a LED or a CFL that won't dim correctly, you can go around and change that. You've got your dimming range. You can select this, so a minimum and maximum level if you don't want to have it go too high or too low. And then we can click on device options here. You can turn off the LED down here if you want, so that you won't be able to see it if that bothers you at night. And you can also have it on if you like it so you can see it at night. So it really just depends on your personal preference. And then you can change some of the behavior of this LED bar on the side. So overall, I really think this is a cool switch that's going to solve a lot of problems for a lot of people. The fact that it doesn't require a neutral wire really opens up the possibilities for making an older home a smart home without having to rewire the entire house, because this will work as long as you've got an existing switch there. You're going to be good as long as you have a hot wire and a load wire, which any switch in your home is going to have that properly functions and works. So that means you're going to be able to install this Leviton Smart Dimmer with no neutral there, and it's going to be much easier than if you had to add that additional neutral wire. Now, even if you do have a neutral wire, this is still going to be compatible, and it's going to be compatible with any of the other Leviton switches that operate on the same app. So if you just don't even want to mess with that extra wire, or you're not sure if you've got a neutral wire in there or not, you don't have to worry about it. If you get this switch, it's going to work with your wiring, whether it's new or old. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out of there and makes it a little bit more of a DIY project. So thank you for watching this video on how to install a Leviton smart switch with no neutral, or how to install a Leviton smart dimmer with no neutral. Thanks for watching. Check the description below for any of the other videos that relate to these Leviton products and how to set them up and how to use them. And please subscribe and click any of the links below if you want to support us. Thank you.